everyone. Welcome back to The Beat Presents. I'm your host, Cyndi Harder, and joining us today for our last episode of the season is a pop rock harpist from Rochester, New York. Here's Mikaela Davis.
Hey, guys.
How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for coming on the show. So you've been playing the harp since third grade.
Yeah.
What made you decide to play the harp as opposed to any other instrument?
Harp was offered at my elementary school, actually, and they went through and they were showing violin first, and I was like, that's too high and screechy. And then they showed viola, and I thought viola was cool and cello was cool. And then they showed harp last, and I was like, whoa, that's awesome. I want to do that. So I chose harp.
So you chose the harp. Awesome. Well, it's a beautiful instrument. And I know you go to Crane School of Music, and you guys both go to Purchase, and you're in the music conservatory here. How did you guys get together and meet?
I've been really good friends with Alex since elementary school. We live around the corner from each other in Rochester.
Oh.
And then Alex met Kian at Purchase. So I met Kian through Alex.
Okay, cool. And what made you guys decide to want to go in the direction of harp, sitar, synth, drums? Where'd you get that from?
Well, it started out in high school. I had been talking to Mikaela about writing songs, and I was like, you should write something on harp. And then when we all went to college, she started writing songs for harp, and I was recording them for a while, and I was kind of like really wanted to be a part of the group. So I started playing bells only, just like glockenspiel at shows with her, just to like kind of be there and like sort of be in her band. And out of that, it turned into a three-piece. And we had a different guitarist at first, but then he left the band and we had Kian join. And it ended up being even cooler because he plays the sitar too. So
Yeah. That's
quite
awesome.
an interesting sound.
Yeah, that was something I didn't expect to bring to the group at all. We just kind of were jamming or something. And
Yeah, I think you mentioned you played sitar because of Garden. I would always play Garden with guitar, and it's kind of a psychedelic sounding song. And I think Kian just mentioned one day, I play sitar. Maybe that would be a cool thing to do on this song.
Yeah, and now it's like a big part of our set, like 3 songs pretty much every night.
Awesome. And is it hard, since you don't go to school around here, is it hard to like get together and practice and collaborate a lot?
Yeah, I mean, usually when we have a show, it'll be in Rochester, New York City, and we'll just meet up and have one band practice right before the show and go play the show. So especially when we're at school, it's hard to get together, usually just weekends. We'll both drive back to Rochester. It's kind of like the home base. We're usually there, but...
Awesome. And let me just ask, what kind of music do you guys listen to? And do you get any inspiration from the stuff that you guys listen to put into your own music?
Well, my biggest influences are Elliott Smith and Sufjan Stevens.
Okay.
So I'm not sure if that really shines through in the music I write or not, but I started writing songs when my dad moved to California as kind of like a therapy device.
Okay, cool.
So it started on piano, and in high school I started listening to those people.
Awesome. And what about you guys?
I listen most often to like George Harrison, his soul stuff, and Beatles, and Ravi Shankar as far as Indian music, and jazz too. John Coltrane is a huge influence on me.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of jazz. I go to school here for jazz, and I try to bring as much as I can, at least drumming in this band, from that place, and also from influences that we share, like obviously the Beatles and Elliott Smith and Sufjan Stevens. So we kind of all have this pool of music that we like, and there's like, it's sort of like one of those charts that come together and like meet in the middle, and so like we're in the middle there.
And who?
Venn diagram.
Yeah, that's the diagram.
Yeah.
Who's your guilty pleasure artist that you listen to?
Todd Rundgren, probably.
What was it?
Todd Rundgren.
Okay.
He's a little cheesy. Like I don't want to work. I just want to bang on the drums all day. Kind of cheesy, but guilty pleasure.
What about you?
Oh man,
I don't know.
You go first.
Oh no, I'm trying to think. I don't know who. Let's see. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess I could say in middle school I was obsessed with Vanessa Carlton.
Yeah.
I don't listen to her anymore, but I guess that was like my guilty pleasure. But I loved Michael Jackson. I'm not guilty. I mean, I don't feel guilty about that. So
shouldn't feel guilty about that. I mean, I think mine would be Katy Perry, so I'm a little like,
no.
I don't know if I'm going to tell everyone, but now y'all know. But yeah, and you just did you're still doing a residency at the Rockwood Hall of Music, correct? And how's that going?
Awesome. I'm playing a show the first Saturday of every month until the end of the year. So December would be the last one.
So are you not or do you come from Crane each weekend or when you play there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll drive from Crane and I'll come straight here, stay in Purchase. And then I played the first one solo. The second one was with the band. And I think the third one will be solo again.
Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. And what's your favorite part about performing there?
The crowd there is usually really great. And the thing I like about it the most is that they all listen. After a song is over, it's completely silent, and people are really interested in what we're doing. So yeah, that's really cool.
And a lot of people who I've talked to, they say that the audiences in New York are very much like observant. They'll sit there. They won't dance really, but they'll sit there and listen. And at the end, they'll give an appreciative applause.
Yeah.
And I know you guys went on a tour this past summer, starting in Rochester, going down to Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Did you notice a change in the audience as you moved down?
I guess it depended on where we were. Yeah.
Yeah. People in the South, I think, are, at least in what I noticed, is that after the show, they really love coming up to you and just telling you how they felt, like how, if they loved it. They're really real about everything, really honest.
Yeah, they were very honest.
Which is really nice. We ended up making a lot of really cool friends. Like, we met one guy who ended up coming to 3 different shows of ours, like at different stops. He just happened to be in these towns, like traveling around the same time as us.
That's
and
awesome.
So yeah, people are really, honest there.
Yeah, easy to have a conversation with.
And they cut loose, definitely more than people in New York who are very like, they want to listen and take it in, and they might not talk to you afterwards.
Think about it later, maybe.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Do you guys have any crazy stories from that tour?
Oh, yeah. So we had a lot of things happen to it. I mean, mostly the van. We took Keen's van because we don't have a tour van. And
Well, it was our tour van, essentially.
Yeah,
I guess,
any van.
it's our tour van. It was
on a
really
tour.
tight, though.
We ended up cramming the 3
really
of us
crammed.
and a harp and my drum set and his sitar and guitar and keyboard and everything into like a 7-passenger van, and with 3 bucket seats still up, so we're like all
Just
tight
squished.
in there. Yeah, just squished into this van.
You guys
We
got really
barely
close
made
But
it.
he had
on
air
tour.
conditioning,
Really close.
so... But
Yeah, luckily. But
do you want to talk about it?
we ran into some trouble in the South. When we were coming from New Orleans, there was this sound coming from the bottom of the car that was like this screeching and squealing. And so we're like, oh man, I hope we can make it to the next town. And so we were going to Houston, Texas after
that.
that.
Was the second time.
Oh, right. This is the reason that the car went out in the first place. So we took it into a mechanic in Texas, which is, in hindsight, not a good idea if you have a New York car. Because the guy looked at it and put it up on the lift and was like, it's so rusty that you should never drive this again. And like the bottom of the car is just going to fall apart and you're all going to die. And we're like, oh my God.
Like, great news. Thanks.
They've never seen
freaked
rust
us out.
like we see it here. We later took it to like the Mazda dealership. Like they're gonna be cool. They told me I need to replace the entire undercarriage, and it was gonna cost like $10,000. So I just
And that was their suggestion
picked it
to
up,
us.
drove it home, and it's totally cool. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a New York van. But that was a scare because we had to rent a vehicle for the rest of the tour because
What kind of car did you rent?
it was a Dodge Journey. It was even smaller. So
Yeah, we had to
downsize.
downsize. We had to leave a bunch of stuff in Houston.
Well, that's not good.
It's not that much of a
It
crazy.
ended up being okay, though. It worked out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
What was the
definitely.
funnest part about it?
I think one of the best things about it was the band that we went on tour with were all super, super nice guys.
Yeah, their pin right here.
Yeah, we
Filiger.
we
What's their
opened Filiger. We opened for a band called Filiger. They're from Chicago. And they were all super nice guys, and we got to like hang out. and they always made sure we were okay with the van because they
actually came to pick us up in
Raleigh.
In Raleigh, because our van broke down the first time there. We missed a show.
Yeah.
And that ended up being a computer problem that was fixed really easily. But they like came back from where they were because we missed a show in the next town, and they came back and were like ready to pick us up and take us on the road with them for the rest of the tour in their van.
That's so nice.
So just really, really, really nice guys.
I think that really made it, yeah.
And we owe them so much.
Yeah, and
like
I
that
feel
tour
like
wouldn't happen without
when
them.
you're touring, when you're all touring together, like you guys as a band become just so much closer. The people who you're touring with, you get so close to, and like it's really just
it's totally
even
true.
if you do break down in Texas and have to possibly pay $10,000, it's worth it. So you know,
we avoided that. Though.
And then being in a different city every day in a lot of cities that I've never been to before was really amazing.
What would you guys do like in your free time when you weren't playing shows?
We didn't really have that much free time. I mean, sometimes we'd have to drive 6 hours. Sometimes one time we had to drive
and
10 hours.
The time zone changes are really tricky too. You have to like take that into account, and a lot of times we like wouldn't.
One thing is you try to get a good meal before the show at some place that's been like recommended to you by a local, and that's one way. If you can just experience every city, just
through the food.
Yeah, through the food.
You can do your own version of diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Yeah, we tried to go to like local record shops in each city.
Awesome.
Stuff like that.
And I know right now you guys are working on a new EP coming out.
Yeah, it's coming out.
Tell me a little bit about that.
So it's going to be a 6-song EP, and it's coming out January 3rd when we're going on a tour, a small 2-week tour. And it's going to be released on the internet sometime the very first week of January.
Okay, cool. And where can people find that?
They'll be able to find it on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon.
Under Mikaela Davis?
Yeah, under Mikaela Davis.
Cool. So search Mikaela Davis in the first week of January, and you're sure to find that. And what is the hardest part about making an EP like this?
Well, this time, the tough part about it was we didn't have too many days to record it, and we started recording it during the fall semester of school, so we'd have to come back for a weekend and like try to record all harp and drums in one day and then come back.
The studio we work at, Red Booth Studios, is based in Rochester. A good friend of ours, Brian Moore, who runs it, he did our first album, and so he did an awesome job. So we went back to him for the second one too.
Yeah, so Brian Moore is recording it, mixing it, mastering it.
Cool. And what can we expect to be any different from the first? Did you guys switch anything up? Oh, just
new member.
New member?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wasn't on the first
wasn't
one. Our old guitarist was on the first one, but there's a heaping helping of Kian.
Yeah, this one. And this one has...
So it's definitely a completely different sound just by changing like one band member.
And you'll have songs including the sitar now.
Well, actually, this EP we're not showing you guys sitar yet.
It's still a secret.
That's fair.
It's just for live shows for now. But our next full length will probably have sitar. But this one has a lot of synthesizer on it.
Okay, cool.
So the Juno, it's really cool.
Cool. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So January 3rd, that's released, and you guys are doing a 2-week tour along the East Coast.
Yeah.
When that comes out, kind of promoting your new EP coming out. Where are you guys going to go?
Let's see. We're doing Buffalo.
Start in New York, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to do like Buffalo, Syracuse, Rochester. We're going to do like Boston.
Vermont, Vermont.
I'm excited about that.
Really nice.
And then, like Washington, D.C., Evanston, Illinois, which is right near Chicago. I think somewhere in Cleveland. Just kind of around the East Coast.
Right.
But hitting up major cities.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have a favorite place to perform?
The only place we regularly perform a lot is in Rochester, this place called the Bug Jar. It's kind of like our stomping grounds.
Place.
It's like our hometown favorite place to play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
So you get the home feel.
But we're playing at the same place we played in Buffalo at our last tour, and that was a great venue too, Trelf Music Hall. Mm-hmm. A lot of people come out there, and it's a nice part of Buffalo. They treat the bands really well there too, so it sounds good.
Definitely.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you guys again for coming on, and make sure to check out their new EP called
Fortune Teller.
Yes, and that will be released January 3rd. So here's 2 more tracks off of their new coming EP, and enjoy.
The next song we're going to play is called Fortune Teller. next song we're going to play is called When the White Horse Takes Me Away.